He was sex.
Man, because, like, you know you don't like me. You know you don't like me, and yet here you are.
No, that's the one.
Every day.
That was really...
I had the little dating coach lady trying to give me all of that, and you don't want to give me.
Lauren, where'd you go?
1 second.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so this is gonna be part 2 of the girlfriends review. So if you didn't watch part 1, it should be on my channel already. But we're gonna reintroduce ourselves.
My name is Lauren Eccles, and my social media is Leeton17.
Hi, my name is Kiara. My Instagram is not.Kiara.
Cool. So where I left off, I was just talking about Joan being crazy. Just in general, the shows is good, but I like to say, I think like the difference between this show and like Moesha and Living Single, there is like, yes, Moesha. Okay, we're not gonna go into it. I feel like the difference between Girlfriends and Moesha and Living Single, and the reason why I like those shows better than Girlfriends, is because Girlfriends was very male centered. Like,
Yeah.
even though I talk about boys with my friends, that is not our only conversation.
Yeah, I really like Living Single. That's a great point, because Living Single, because it wasn't so centered around men, that's why I like this so much.
Yeah.
And I just like Queen Latifah. I don't know why, but I really like Queen Latifah. Taking Tony out was really I didn't like Tony, so I was like, fuck her. But still, she did push the show.
Yeah.
She pushed the show as like a collective. So to just take her out and then try to put Monica in, when I didn't really like Monica as a character, as an individual anyway, it's kind of like...
I think it was like, I would have liked Monica a lot better if she wasn't with
I
William.
like Yvonne as the best. What other girl? No, I like Jill Scott and I like Yvonne as the best girlfriends for William.
When they took her out, I was like, bring Jill Scott back.
And then you got with Joan, and that was a thing we had to sit through.
I hated that so much, but also it made sense because they're friends, like they're best friends, and they were always together, so it made sense. Like they had to do it.
I hated that. They did. But
I hated it so much.
I was like, are we really about to do this?
Maybe if, and it was also like, it was bad. It was just bad because it was like, y'all don't even want to have sex with each other.
Exactly.
So do y'all really like each other? Like, girl.
Okay, 2 things. Because what's the first thing? Oh, like when they were like trying to make them get together, they were forcing it so hard, and you could tell because they would have these like really long like shots of William just staring up at Joan, like trying to make it look romantic, and it was so, because he's not right, and so he's looking at her so intently, and it was just like, oh my god, please get this off of my screen.
But like Moesha and Hakeem are like William and Joan.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to get that best friend in there. At least one episode.
No, because One Tree Hill, they never put Lucas and Haley together.
I don't watch that show.
It's a good show. You should watch it.
But
they didn't put Lucas and Haley together. They was best friends, and that worked out. Why can't everybody be like them?
Okay. As much as I hated to see it, I think it would have worked if William was attractive.
This is so humiliating for William.
It wasn't even, okay, attraction, like, I understand, like, face, but his personality, he's not a good person, and he's misogynistic as fuck. Like, to be surrounded by women all the time, and you
heifers every day, really?
Like I said, he was not like that the first 2 seasons though. Because I was like, this guy is really funny. But then it was like, you're talking about me.
And when he just shitted on Monica at the wedding, he's like, I ain't really want to do this, but I'm here. I was like, hello?
There's so much about that. Because one, if you was feeling like that, you definitely should have just left. Like, fuck you. Secondly, if I was Monica, that would have been the last straw, I think. Like,
that's true. That's true.
because like they broke up and got back together so many times.
Yeah.
And then at my wedding, you're gonna tell in front of all these people, you're gonna tell them that you didn't even want to be with me for months.
And it's like, I could understand having cold feet, but that ain't cold feet. That's literally no feet. Like,
Literally no feet. And then he just kept going after her. That's the thing that, man, because like, you know you don't like me. You know you don't like me, and yet here you are.
no, that's the one.
Every day.
That was really.
I had the little dating coach lady trying to give me all of that, and you don't want to get married.
Lauren, where'd you go?
1 second. I didn't want to see.
This hit home. This hit home. No, that's funny. No, men will literally chase you down.
Jumped out the car.
For what?
In the middle of traffic.
And he would get cold feet at the wedding. No, I would have killed him.
No. I didn't like, this is the only thing I didn't like about Monica. She's kind of like Joan in this way. Like, she's just depending on a man for everything. Like, she depended on him for the job at Joan's restaurant. Yeah. She depended on him to get back because her parents cut her off. It's just kind of like, so you didn't have no job before you met William.
Right. And she has a lot of skills. So it's like.
Exactly. Like, she was a really talented woman. Like, the way she was, like, doing the restaurant and everything. And, like, just the networking of capabilities that she had. And you can't do this for yourself.
That's why I feel like Girlfriends, it was just too centered around men because a lot of them were powerful. Joan was powerful. Monica was powerful. Tony was powerful. Maya was strong as hell, powerful. Lynn.
We don't talk about Lynn.
I guess my thing with Lynn is like there's so many loose ends with her plot. So like, what happened to the dog? I know that's not the biggest thing, but we never saw the dog again. What happened? I don't know, but we never saw him to William. What else? What happened to her dad and mom?
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
I was really confused when they would come up. I would be like. And then she found her real dad, and then her mama was weird, her real mom. And then her brother came.
Yeah, what happened to the brother?
He was just there so we can start hearing this music that we didn't want to hear.
No, they had interesting ways of pulling in themes. Like Tony's thing with, he's too black. I'll never forgive her for that. I will never forgive her for that. That was the worst thing she's ever said.
It made sense. And like she was like a dark-skinned girl who grew up and was like tormented by her best friend, which is crazy. So I can understand why, and like not wanting your child to go through that, but that he's too black.
Tony's mom was awful too, so.
Oh my gosh.
I forgot about that.
Wait, what did you say?
Tony's mom. She was like awful. Every time she came on, I was like, okay.
So like in the first 6 seasons, obviously Tony was like carrying the show because she's that funny of a person. And like Maya came in with the assist every once in a while because she's also that type of person. But in season 7 and 8, yes, exactly. But in season 7 and 8, she was still funny, but they just didn't give her content to work with. It was just like Jabari, Chili's ad, Home Depot ad.
Oh my god.
Good deal.
The push. They used to push Chili's so much. They're like, we about to go get some ribs from Chili's. Oh, Jabari's gonna hang out with his friends from Chili's. I'm like, is Chili's paying for season 7? Season 1, season 2. This is why I know Joan is classist and egregious. And Maya ripped her to shreds as she should. She wanted to plan Maya's wedding, and she just wanted to be so controlling. and rah, 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 I want it this way. You're gonna have those dresses, da da da. I would immediately cut her off because like you think because you live in Beverly Hills, I don't know where she lived, that people from Compton don't have anything. That was her first time ever coming to her house. And it's just like nothing's ever good enough for I'm not Maya, good enough for June. And you know what? She never changed because come season 8, when Maya wanted stuff at her house, she was like, why can't we have the exercise at my house? Joan, nobody wants to come to your house every day. We're tired. And that's what
Exactly.
I just feel like the shit was ugly.
It's her wedding. If she want to have her ugly dresses at her wedding, it could be ugly at her wedding.
I feel like at the end of the day, if my shit was ugly and my friend told me, I would be like, I'm still doing what I'm going to do. But like, that's like, at least you're honest. I guess I wouldn't want my friends to be out here looking crazy if they didn't have to. If she was going to pay for my shit too, I'd be like.
But I think Joan always used her money and she used her house to control everything. So like, every event, every Christmas, every Halloween was at Joan's house. It's like nobody else got a house for real. Like no, you can't let nobody else have a turn. You know what I mean? So that's why I didn't like Joan too. She was way too controlling.
Oh, I just remembered this. Season 7. Into season 7. When Aaron was looking for a house, using the rest of his savings.
Okay, I can't even argue for you anymore. At this point,
oh my gosh.
What are you doing? Sorry.
I couldn't even. So you bought my house for me. That's first thing. You bought my house for me.
Your whole life savings at that.
You use my whole life on a house that is not a picture on there nowhere. Okay, it ended up being fine in the end. He was like, oh yeah, I can fix it up. But with money if you use all your life savings. Okay.
And she knew he was broke.
Yes, and she was like that whole, oh my gosh, his apartment thing where she like was telling Lynn all that stuff in the bathroom. I
was like, yo, I can't even go to bat for you, Tracy Ellis.
Circumstances. But he's doing all this nice stuff for you that really like, even though Aaron was a boring boyfriend to me.
You kind of didn't have to say that, but you're right.
He was very like.
But he dipped for like 3 episodes and then he came back. I was like, who is this?
That nigga was war.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Bro, that's literally the dumbest storyline ever. If y'all don't have the actor, just say it. If he's not available, just say it. What? They should have ended the show at the engagement. If they were gonna end it.
They should have did that. Or gave us a marriage and then ended it. Like they dropped the ball. Cause them little badass kids and a little fucking letter, like, okay.
I thought when she read the letter, like I was like, oh, and then it went to that scene with Lynn talking to her like record person. I was like, what is this? And then it ended. And I was like, oh, okay, well, all right.
It was very cliffhanger, unreasonable. Like
I think they were expecting more episodes.
Yeah, I did too. I was kind of sad when it ended. I was like, oh.
Got canceled though. I think what happened is that, like, I know a lot of shows have like part A and part B of seasons, and so they had recorded part A and then they got canceled, so then they couldn't do the part B, and so we got left off in this weird thing with, yeah.
Would y'all want a girlfriend's reunion, like an actual, I guess, a spinoff show?
I would watch it if Tony was there.
Mm. I would, yeah, that would have to be if Tony was there.
That's why I would, yeah, exactly. Like, I wouldn't watch it with just them 3 because it's kind of like, you're not really doing enough.
A spinoff, and it was like based on the daughters, or not assuming that they'll all have daughters, but like based on their kids, like, and I guess they're our age, that'd be cute.
Whatever Tony's child name is, she would be like around our age because she was born in like Morgan. Yeah, she would be like
Morgan. I do like William when he's like not being William.
Yeah.
Being sweet and like just like, because sometimes he would be there. He gave them money a lot of the time.
That's true.
As men should. That's the only thing you need to do.
Like that's all. If he just did that, I'd be like,
Yep.
but,
Best character, hands down.
No,
But then he started talking, and then Heifer. Oh, yeah.
they dragged the heifer out a lot.
They did, and it would be like, it's just the way he said. I don't really like men, but it's just like I don't like when men are aggressively joking with women like that.
I didn't like. I know guys are like this sometimes, but it seemed like they overdid it with him being like sexual all the time and the whole lesbian thing. It's like,
yeah, he always be like, I want you guys to. I'd be like,
that's one thing we need to get into, like all the issues with the show, all the homophobia, especially in the first 2 seasons.
with Lynn,
Oh my God.
girl.
Oh yeah, that too.
yeah,
I forgot about that.
What was that?
That was weird.
that was stupid.
And then neither of them wanted to be with each other. That was weird.
It was such a waste. Like, why do y'all do this stuff if you're not gonna go through with it?
Yeah,
If you're gonna be gay, nobody would have had an issue with that. But
exactly. There are times where Joan was not at fault for her relationship ending. Because
I feel like Sean was kind of overreacting because like he was all the way in New York.
yeah, and he was trying to get her to move. That was,
Yeah, I feel like that was a little harsh.
yeah.
for sure. But I think, okay, yeah, I'll say Sean was the like thing for that. But then also when they were doing like the long distance thing or whatever, or like the if you're back in LA thing, and she just like on the young guy, that was crazy. That was wild. Oh, and then oh my gosh, I forgot about this. When the restaurant guy from yeah, you know what I'm talking about, where he came back. The one who owned the restaurant, like the two.
I know. What's his name?
He was sex.
Davis, yes, yeah. But when he came
for Davis
for Valentine's Day, was it? Yeah, it was Valentine's Day, and they were talking about running away together.
I've been like, hell yeah.
First of all, I don't remember what he looked like, but I'm pretty sure he was not that sexy.
I just like the way his demeanor was. Like, I just liked the way he talked to her. It was very like, come on. It was like,
I can't remember him.
I didn't like how they were always like in each other's business, like to the, like, I love my friends, but there's like a privacy type of thing. Like, you shouldn't expect me to tell you my life story and all the shit that I'm going through. But it's like they just didn't have any boundaries. They were just like, what are you going through? And I'm just kind of like, I think that's why what stemmed from all the arguments and the problems. They didn't have any boundaries with each other.
And that's why, yeah, also they weren't great friends because even when they told each other their problems, it was like, y'all are literally making fun of something that I'm opening up to you about. So.
Yeah.
They were only, yeah, like I mean, like we've said already, like the show was really male centered, and so anytime they weren't talking about anything that had to do with a guy, it was kind of like, oh well. Like when Tony told them that she was pregnant, and they just chose not to believe her.
Right.
Pregnancy thing, that stupid fall, I did not get over. Like, why did she fall right? That was so stupid to me.
Wait, who fell? I can't remember.
So they were, huh?
Tony fell?
Yeah.
Yes, but it was okay. This is how dumb it was. They were like, Tony was like, I think I'm gonna abort my baby, and so then the rest of them were like, oh, what if they become an astronaut, like you know how they do, and they're like, this is gonna be the joy of your life, blah 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 blah. So as soon as she was done doing that, she's like, I'm gonna do what I want, and then as soon as she walks down the stairs, she falls and like, I'm so glad that my baby hurt. Take me to the hospital. I'm like, why? I could see if they spaced it out just a little more and was like, she fell at home, or maybe she was, I don't know, something more than falling right after the conversation. It was like,
this they only got 20 minutes an episode. They had to wrap it up real quick. It's like, it would have taken too long to get home. It was like a whole 2-minute thing. Yeah, no, they wasn't doing all that.
Yeah, I think on the topic of pregnancy, I think that Tony definitely got nicer when Morgan came. Thoughts?
Well, also, hold on. This isn't like a her being bad or anything. This isn't her being good either. But the thing where she was like saying nasty things to her daughter, it was so. Who wrote this? Who was in the writer's room?
You had to write that in the script and say this.
That's probably why she left. She was like, no.
True. Because they had her saying some wild shit. I always think about that with actresses. Like, they had to do some weird shit, and now niggas don't like your character. I don't like you.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was about Maya. Like, okay, I think the thing about Maya is that she did a lot of things that were wrong, just like all of them, but she just really didn't take any accountability because everybody else was shittier than her. And, like, she would do things like just be a bad assistant or just straight up be trying to get Joan to tell her business. Remember that one episode where she was like, Joan, you need to tell me what's happening right now? I can't remember what was happening. I think
it was the I know exactly what you're talking about. The William and the lady who was the senior partner.
Yeah. And she was like blackmailing her. I know it was supposed to be funny, but it was just like, can you like chill? That's what that's Maya for me. I just need her to chill sometimes, and maybe I'll like her more.
I think I forgot Maya was a bad assistant. I'm not gonna hold you, but that was crazy. She should have been fired because she had her hair done.
I'm like, and these are your friends. Like, they're giving you a good job. I don't know how much you're paying, but they're giving you a job, and you gotta represent, especially when it's niggas.
Yeah.
Because, like, oh no. I think it was definitely a thing she should have got under control when she was working for William. Not Joan so much because, like, she didn't get the job with Joan for being her friend. She got the job and then they became friends.
And I didn't know that.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's funny to me. Because, like, just again, like, no boundaries in the show at all. They don't care.
They would open each other's door like, hey, I'm like, I would be.
I think also when they did try to come to her, Joan was always talking about a man. Men that she knew for all of a week and a half. For whatever reason, invited them to your house during the first date. I'm sorry. Big Hips came to her house that night.
Yo, let's get into let's get into her telling everybody she loves them.
Because it's the thing about it, she just could not go with the flow for some reason. It's just kind of like, I get that at 20, but at almost 30, or I don't know how old she was.
She was 30. First episode, she turned 30.
Like, you guys had boundaries with yourself. She had no boundaries with herself. That's the thing. Like, stop doing. You asked him to marry you. When she did that, I was like, I can't even with you right now.
No.
Right.
When I tell you, like, even the Enchanted Love, bro. I'm sorry. I don't care how I'm feeling. I don't care if I'm 59 and I don't have a boyfriend. You will never see me first time I meet you. That's my Enchanted Love. Oh. And I tell you, absolutely not.
And I tell you, that's the one right there.
Nah, Lauren, I'm gonna have to disagree. I cannot. I can't, and it's just.
I don't fuck her either. Wait. I'm being misunderstood. I'm just saying, all of them were equally shitty. Niggas try to be like, Joe's the worst, nigga. But it's like, all of them girls,
What's the
they
word?
were all bad, and I would not fuck with any of them.
I think
Like,
the
they
thing
could
about
not be on my team.
it's just Joan wasn't there for any of them for real. Like, I mean, okay, we can say Lynn. Yeah, she did the whole thing with Lynn. I'm gonna say that. She did offer her house on occasion, but as like an emotional support or just like a support at all. Like when Tony was trying to open her business, when Maya was trying to write her book, when Lynn was doing whatever she was doing. I don't remember, she did that too. She was always like saying, "Oh, I don't think it's gonna work out." But then when it came time for her to make her restaurant, it's a different story. Now we have to be there for you. And then also, like when your friends are doing something that's so important, I think that's what made me so upset. It's just like it was like monumental moments in these people's lives. Your marriage, your custody battle, your housewarming. This is the first time Maya has had a house. She just got back with her man and she's buying a house. And you're not gonna go to her housewarming, you're gonna go to a party with a bunch of people you don't know.
I get that, but it's like they did things to her that was equally bad. Like they would go to her shit, eat all her food, not pay for shit, and nobody really brought that up because it was a funny thing. And that was a lot of the time. A lot of the time, Joan would have like little funny, cute things happen to her from Maya, Tony, and Lynn. Like they would just take advantage of her, like just be awful people to her, but it was like a funny little under microscope thing. And then when Joan would do something, it was like blowing out of proportion because it was like a bad thing as well. I don't know why, but I feel like a lot of people put her under a microscope more so than the other three because she was basically the main character for being for real.
She definitely was.
So it's like that's why I feel like I don't understand why everybody's like she's the worst, but she was just like the main character and you saw all of her flaws and saw all the shit that she was going through as opposed to the other.
About her in this restaurant after quitting being a lawyer in a second, but
restaurant. That was a cute restaurant.
It was cute.
It was cute, but it was random. But
I disagree, but go ahead.
I think I very much disagree with your disagreements because she was talking about being an interior designer, and now we have that.
Okay, so like the reason why I disagree because she has always had a pat. They've always gone. That was their thing, going to a restaurant every day.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Maybe that wasn't as strong as a point that I thought it'd be. I thought that was really good to have y'all.
Oh.
I thought that was going to be the main point. That's all I had. I had nothing else.
I mean, I guess because even when she got her restaurant, they started going to other restaurants. Like, why do you even have one? That was weird. But also, like, I don't think, I mean, maybe that was her passion. I'm not in Joan's head, and that's what she wanted to do. But they had brought up the thing about her wanting to go to whatever, like, fashion or interior design institute, and, like, Lynn not sending the letter, and it was, like, this whole big thing. But then that's not even the focus of what you're doing. Because they had that whole episode where she was decorating her house, decorating Maya's house, decorating Lynn's house or whatever.
Why do I not remember that? I can't remember.
Because they started talking about that restaurant. It was like, I don't want to be a lawyer. Oh, interior design restaurant. And it was just like too much.
I think it was realistic because like in life, you don't know what you want to do. Like we switch up a lot. I don't know about y'all. I be switching up.
That's fine. I mean, we see Lynn. That's her business.
No, but Lynn is a different. Nah.
But Lynn was just so. She was a mooch. She was rude. She was a rude mooch. It's like if you're gonna be a mooch, you can't be rude. You definitely biting the hand that's feeding you. But if the hand's gonna keep feeding you, then it's like, how do I not take advantage of it?
Yeah,
that's facts.
Didn't have any boundaries at all.
I feel like Lynn was definitely a different ball game because she had direction at one point, but she never stuck with anything enough to figure out if she even liked it. She just knew what she didn't like. Whereas Joan, she stuck with the lawyer thing for a while and then realized it wasn't her passion, that she was just kind of dibble-dabbling and things that she liked over the years, and then she just stopped at restaurant. So I agree with Joan on that part. I like that part of Joan.
Hard worker. Baby was a lawyer, a junior partner, baby. And then she made a successful restaurant. She was persistent, even when it was like looking bad.
No,
Like,
literally.
sometimes,
I like
anything else we want to add?
but they were cute.
Final thoughts. I'll put it like that.
Yes, they were so cute. Every outfit Miss Tony put on, every hairstyle Miss Tony put on, a hit. Miss Joan and her little green fit when she was being how she was being that night, she looked beautiful. She was a bad person. She looked beautiful, and that's what matters. Miss Lynn, we're not gonna talk about her. Maya, also with the hair, also with she had some looks. Let me give her that.
She did have looks.
William was there. Darnell.
King.
Beautiful.
Love seeing the tattoos. Every time I saw it, I said,
grown.
And
Jabari. I like Jabari younger.
I did too.
Yeah.
And then they switched him up. When he came on the screen, I was like, who is that?
That little nigga. I guess he got older, but still, like.
The way they switched these, I'm not even going to get into it. But yeah, they kept switching the actors. I'm like, y'all, that's so unnecessary.
That's why Tony can't remember his name.
Yo, that was funny. Djibouti.
I wouldn't have been friends with any of them. I would have just kind of distanced myself and been like, oh, they're all cute, you know? I feel like Joan is my problematic fave. She does awful things, but, you know, don't we all? Tony, cute girl, narcissistic as hell. Like, really bad. No boundaries. Lynn, I hated that singing shit. I really did not like that. Every time it came on, I was just like, you remember the sound of it? That's what really got me. Like,
it was like, nasally or something. Yeah.
And then when she got with Big Boy, anyway. And then Maya, I did like Maya. I did. And I like the whole family, like the Jabari and Darnell. I like that. I really did. I think they all like went together really well. Come on, casting. And then, yeah, that's how I feel.
So if you could rate it on a scale of 1 to 10.
I really like messy shows, so I'll give it 8.5.
Kiara?
She's a cute 7. She's a cute 7. Like, I would definitely watch it again, I think. Like, if I'm just, like, doing something, I would put that on in the background and laugh about it.
Personally, love the show, but I always go back to comparing it to Living Single, and I like that show more because it was funnier. So I'll give it a 6.
And I think all the characters carried in that show too. Like, every character was doing their part.
And the men weren't, well, not now I can't remember. The men weren't, it wasn't like centered around men as much. It was like issues happening, like between them, and like everybody was fine.
Yeah.
Everybody was just so beautiful. And it was a good dynamic just between the characters. Like, they worked really well together. I really enjoyed that. I love it.
That's facts.
Yeah. So I'll give it a 6.5. Even though it was a good show. Yeah.
Give it a D.
I mean, it's just like, Kiara was like, oh, I'll put it on again. I don't think I'll be watching this again.
Really? I would definitely do, like, a couple reruns.
I couldn't watch it out of order, because then I'll be like, who's Joan dating? You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't know what's going on. Don't be like Joan, y'all. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'll leave the...
You better like, comment, and subscribe. Or I'm coming for you.
Retweet, reblog.
Exactly.
Share it to your friends. Share it to your girlfriend.
Okay.
Girlfriend. Hey. Okay. So yeah, there should be another video next week. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.